have recently been made aware of this video. If you haven't seen it before, it's basically a video where a TikTok creator talks about the fact that she didn't get anyone showing up to her meet and greet at VidCon. And it sparked quite the debate on TikTok, and it really got me thinking. It actually got me realizing that there is quite a problem with TikTok. Like, TikTok has a problem, but more specifically, TikTok creators potentially have a problem. So if you want to know what this problem is, and if you're a creator who's thinking of tackling TikTok or you're already on TikTok, then you're going to want to keep on watching because this video is going to be for you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jade. For those of you who are new, I create content which helps you grow your online presence, multiply your streams of income, and create profitable businesses. If you are new here and you're not subscribed to my channel, then please hit the subscribe button. I feel like you would love my content, if I do say so myself. But as mentioned before, if you're not new here, welcome back. So lovely to kind of see you guys. Okay, so this topic is slightly controversial, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of you who agree with me and a lot of you who don't. So if you watch this video and you decide that you do agree with the stuff that I'm saying, then please leave a black heart emoji in the comments because I love that emoji. And if you don't agree with what I'm saying, leave the white heart emoji. I think this is going to be interesting. I really want to see what this ratio is, right? So essentially what I'm talking about is the problem that TikTok creators potentially have. And I actually truly believe that this is a serious problem amongst the creator economy. And if you're thinking about switching over to TikTok, or you're already on TikTok, or you're famous on TikTok, then you really need to listen to this because this really does apply to you. So what the problem is that TikTok is terrible at helping creators build communities. And the reason why that matters is if a creator does not have a strong community, they actually don't have influence. And if a creator doesn't have influence, they won't be able to get fans to turn up to their meet and greets. They won't be able to get results for brands when they work with them on partnerships or sponsorships. And overall, they're gonna massively struggle to make a living out of their TikTok channel if they don't have a strong community. So I'm gonna talk about how we've actually gotten to this point with TikTok, but also give you guys some tips in case TikTok is your main channel and you're scared that you're gonna fall into the same trap of not having a community. I'm going to tell you how you can avoid that trap and hopefully still be able to have a huge successful career as a content creator. So how did we get to the point where a TikTok creator who has over 1 million followers can attend VidCon for a meet and greet and actually have no one come and see her? So before we get into that, I do need to caveat that there could be other reasons why she didn't receive any turnout from her meet and greet. Some people are saying that she didn't actually promote her meet and greet sufficiently on her channel, although I did find one post where she talked about the fact that she was attending VidCon, but she probably could have talked about it a lot more, right? So that's definitely one of the reasons why she did not get a huge turnout. However, the people who attend VidCon are people who are really interested and really invested in creators. So if you were a YouTuber who maybe didn't promote the fact that you were going to VidCon, you could probably still assume that there would be people attending VidCon who would still want to go to your meet and greet. Even if they didn't know that you were going to be there in advance, they would get there, realize you were there, and they'd probably still want to go see you. So why is it that a YouTuber can demand that type of attention and grow that kind of community, or even an Instagrammer can do that, but a TikToker can't? Well, it's because of the actual platform. When you go on TikTok, you'll notice that you are automatically taken to your For You page, right? Although I'm pretty sure there's been a couple of occasions where it's been the other way around. But for the most part, when you open your TikTok app, you are taken to the For You tab. The For You tab is basically the tab where you are served content from people who you might not already follow. This For You tab being so prominent on TikTok is one of the reasons why people can grow so quickly, right? When you go on TikTok, you almost always see content from people who you don't follow. Whereas when you go on other platforms, the main content you see are from people who you already subscribe to or you already follow. So there are pros and cons to having a platform that is centered on always showing people content from new creators. And the pro is that you grow quickly, but the con is that once you've gained a follower, they may not see your future content. Right? So let's put ourselves in our audience's shoes. Let's say they've opened up TikTok and then your incredible TikTok, it's really funny, it's really creative, it's edited really well, everyone loves it. It shows up on the screen and they're like, oh my God, what a star, right? They're like blown away by you. They're like, oh my God, that is a star in the making. So they go onto your profile and they hit the follow button. Now, what happens is that they may or may not see your future content. There is no guarantee that they are going to see your future content. Granted, you cannot guarantee that they're always going to see your content on other platforms like Instagram and YouTube. However, the likelihood of them seeing your future posts on Instagram and on YouTube is significantly higher than the likelihood of them seeing your future posts on TikTok. So what does that mean? Why does that matter? Well, if you follow someone and you don't actually see a lot of their content in the future, or if you follow someone and anytime you see their content, it's actually amongst a lot of other creators' content as well, what ends up happening is that your bond with that creator isn't that strong. You might not know their name because you don't see their content enough, or you might not know their name because you see so much other content from other creators, right? So because of that, you end up not having a strong affinity to that creator. And what that means for that creator and for me and for you is that our audience don't have a strong bond with us. Right? And if you don't have a strong bond with your audience, then you don't really have a community. And as I said before, if you don't have a community, then you don't really have influence. There was a comment that I found under another video who was talking about this as well, right? And the comment just summed it up perfectly. The comment says something along the lines of, I watched 2 YouTubers today. I also watched 200 TikTokers. What that person is saying is that in the span of one day, they watched content from 2 YouTubers, just 2. So there were only 2 YouTubers who were fortunate enough to get a view and the attention of that viewer, right? However, hundreds of TikTokers got a view from that person. So when it comes to who that viewer remembers the most, is it going to be the 200 TikTok creators they watched content from, or is it going to be the 2 YouTube creators they saw content from? It's the YouTubers. Like, those are the people they remember. Those are the people they have a stronger affinity to. Those are the people who they know, and those are the people who they're gonna go and visit at VidCon. Okay, so you know that I hate for my videos to be all doom and gloom, and I was definitely giving doom and gloom energy for majority of this video, right? So I'm gonna give you some tips now about basically what you can do about this problem, because I hate to break it to you. This is my final piece of doom and gloom. I hate to break it to you, but this has happened on purpose. TikTok is not trying to help creators build communities. That's not what they're doing. They are trying to show the most entertaining content to an audience, and they want to do it as much as they can, and they want to do it for as many people as they can. They're not trying to help you build a community and get famous and go to VidCon and get loads of people attending your meet and greet. They don't care about that, unfortunately. That's not one of their priorities. So instead, we need to get a bit clever as creators and make sure that we're putting the things in place that we need to ensure that we're actually converting the people who are watching our TikToks and following our TikTok account into true advocates and fans. The first thing that you can do, and you're probably going to guess this, right? The first thing you can try and do is move your TikTok audience, or at least some of your TikTok audience, onto another platform that is better at helping you grow a community. For example, YouTube, right? And you'll see a lot of big creators trying to do this already, some successfully, some not, but there are plenty of things that you could do which will help you achieve this. The most simple thing is to make sure that you have linked your Instagram and your YouTube or whatever else to your TikTok channel, right? That needs to be in your bio. You need to make sure that you've linked to those channels there. So if someone does want to follow you on those other channels, they can do so. The next thing that you want to do, and the most important thing you need to do, is make sure that you give people a reason to go and check out your other channels. You can't just say, hey, by the way, follow me on Instagram. You need to give them a reason to follow you on Instagram. Like, why should they follow you on Instagram? Why should they subscribe to your YouTube channel? I've seen a few people do this really well in the past, so I'll give you an example. I wish I could show you who this was, but TikTok, again, the volume of content that you see, I can't remember who it was who did this, but a few people do it and it's very clever. So it was a comedian on TikTok who does a lot of skits, right? And what they do is they include in their caption of their TikTok, or they include in their comment section, copy what says, if you want to see the outtakes from this skit, so like the funny, you know, like the funny things that happen behind the scenes, a lot of the time those things are funnier than the actual skit. If you want to see that behind the scenes content, head to my Instagram and check out my highlights. So they are purposely withholding a certain type of content from that TikTok channel and putting it on another one. That way, there's a clear incentive for people to go and check out their Instagram channel. So think about ways that you can create an incentive for your audience, and make sure that you're including that call to action. In case anyone doesn't know what that means, it's just a line where you're asking people to do something, right? Make sure you're including that in your content, whether you're saying it at the end of your TikTok, or you're commenting it under your TikToks, or you're putting it in your captions. Make sure that you are clearly explaining why someone should check out your Instagram or your YouTube channel somewhere on your TikTok post. Now, the other strategy that you can try to use is to actually try your best to use TikTok's features to build a community. Now, the features don't lend themselves to building community. I've mentioned that already, but it doesn't mean that it's impossible to build a community on TikTok. One of the most effective ways that you can build a community on TikTok is to ensure that you are actually speaking to your audience, okay? What this requires is for you to spend more time in your comment section. And this is something that I think a lot of creators neglect on TikTok. I'm not quite sure why. I think it's just become the norm. I also think that people are a lot more vocal on TikTok, so you actually get a lot of comments, and therefore it's a bit harder to keep up with the sheer volume of them, right? But doing things like responding to majority of the comments that you get under your TikTok post will really, really help you build a community, especially for those of you out there who do not want to try and get your community from TikTok to another platform. If you are set on building your community on TikTok, you need to invest the time to responding to all of your comments. And if you can't respond to all of them, you need to respond to most of them and at least like a lot of them, right? Even better, respond to comments with an actual video response. We all know how powerful it is. We all know how special you feel when you leave a comment under your favorite creator's TikTok and they actually take the time to respond to that comment with another TikTok post. Like, that's an amazing feeling. So really make sure that you're taking the time out to actually interact with your audience on TikTok, because again, that's something that a lot of people fail to do, and that is one of the most effective ways that you can actually try and build a community on that app. So that's it. In my opinion, those are the biggest problems that TikTok creators currently face, and those are also my top 2 strategies for how you can overcome that problem. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I recommend checking out this one. It's all about whether you should actually be on TikTok or Instagram and how those 2 platforms compare. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I will see you in my next video.